This is Colin Dijs from Debru, and in this video I will show you the optimal campaign settings for your PropellerAds campaign if you want to promote affiliate marketing offers. So I am at the PropellerAds dashboard right now. I'm going to log in, if I can find my mouse, perfect. Then we log in as an advertiser. We're going to create a new campaign and I will show you the optimal settings, basically explaining you what each of the things means, right? Because there's quite a different amount of options on this list. And I will go through them one by one, explaining you what you need to look for. Obviously, the campaign name is where you insert your campaign name, unique name for this specific campaign. Then there are three options of traffic you can choose from. You can do pop-unders, push notifications, or interstitial. So the pop-unders are basically going to show you the user is browsing a certain website, usually of the more like streaming websites for illegal films, adult content, and in their browsers another tab opens which basically is behind what they're currently looking. So they close their current browser and then they find your specific offer. Very cheap traffic, obviously a lot lower quality because it's quite intrusive, right? The user does not click, doesn't choose to see it, it's just displayed in their face. Then we have, and it's full tab, right? Highly visible and wide reach. That's how it shows. All right, fine. Push notifications, something you might have seen already on my channel, which is basically users are subscribed to a database. So a previous action has happened before and they get a push notification on their phone or on their desktop, as you can see here, very small. An interstitial is a non-full screen banner overlaying the content, which basically is a very interesting format. I have not explored that much, but I've been working with it for quite a bit lately and it's very interesting. But let me put the settings on push notifications and go through the rest of the settings, because push is the one thing I run most on my channel, showing you guys how it works. So we have two options here. If I set this to CPM, you can see both. Push notification types. We have classic push, traditional push on a website or mobile device, and in-page push, works on all platforms. So in-page includes iOS, and classic push only includes Android. Very clear distinction. In-page push used to be of higher quality. If we only do in-page push, let's see what the graph looks like. So there's a supply of around 165 million impressions and a 30% conversion rate at that point. If you only do classic, where do they point us? At the 4 million, 26% conversion. All right, so the quality is almost the same. The conversion rate is just higher on iOS and all browsers. Where before, when in-page push, it's not that old as a format, just came out, in-page push was a lot higher quality, but also a lot more expensive. We're looking here at the average recommended rate of 11 cents, and on classic push, we're looking at 17 cents, so quite a bit higher. So, all right, sorry, my bad, it's 1 cent, quite a bit lower. Did I read that correctly? Yeah, so 11 cents. So this is 10 times more expensive. So it is still the same, right? We can assume in-page push has higher quality. Then you have two choices. You can, this is the difficult part. You can media buy on a pricing model called CPA goal, CPC, or CPM. To keep it easy, CPA goal would be more advanced. CPC is pay per click, right? So you pay per cost per click, you pay per action taken, and CPM is based on impressions. So I like to personally go CPM when testing, right? Because I have to see how good is everything working. With CPC, it's not a guaranteed CPC. It's based on the format you're running it with. So if you go with the CPA goal, they always have a nice explanation, right? So for the CPA goal is your campaign goes through a paid test period based on your campaign targeting. During the test period, your campaign will be CPC based. The better your campaign converts, the more traffic your campaign is going to get. Makes sense, right? Higher click-through rate, more conversions. You specify the CPA goal, conversion price, and set up the conversion tracking. So basically, your campaign goes through the testing period during which the algorithm tests ad placements, collect and analyzes their CR data. Based on the test results, the system optimizes auto bidding strategies in order to get conversion at the desired price. It tries to get that, right? If it doesn't get that, it just will not spend. And the testing phase, which it will go through, will initially be unsuccessful because the CPA goal is too high. So even though you have, let's say, a $60 payout, if your campaign is mad shit, it might result in a $200 CPA, which they won't go down and they just say, this doesn't work, you need to improve your campaign. CPC, auto optimization low, user activity targeting, paying for the user engagement, right? You're paying for them to click. And then on CPM, you have manual control of the bid, kind of with CPC because you pay for the click. User activity targeting is available, best for scaling. Well, this is just a recommendation from them. I like to test on CPM. Create 2 campaigns if you select both, but we're only going to select in page for now. Then on the target URL, you put in your specific destination URL. You should be using a tracking software, so you place here the campaign URL of your tracking software. Frequency capping, I like to do once per 24 hours for the initial testing, and then we can go up once we have cleared out all the shitty placements, and then I like to do 1 click per 24 hours, and then we can increase the frequency of the ad to spam them a little bit. Then we have the creatives, so obviously you put a title, you put a description, you put an image, and then the skin type, social, light theme, classic. This is classic. I like the social kinda. Yeah, social would be good. Yeah, well, obviously you would have to split test it. You can do like 3 variations, but I personally like the social one. And they recommend you to add at least 4 creatives or more for testing purposes, obviously. Then you have traffic options, obviously also a very important one. You can choose between only PropellerAds or also include brokerage traffic. So PropellerAds has a high quality direct traffic from websites of our network, high quality, best for testing. And then they have broker traffic, selected third-party traffic, user activity target is not available, best for scaling campaigns. So they're basically saying test on us, and then when you need more traffic, scale, because the brokerage traffic is of lower quality. That's basically what they're saying, right? Because they say high quality here and they don't say anything here about the quality. So usually brokerage traffic is shit traffic. It's the traffic that other networks did not sell because people didn't want to buy it, so they broker it to a different source, which is in this case PropellerAds. Doesn't matter much, I always run PropellerAds. I never run brokerage traffic. You can also run only on premium sources, but I would not recommend this because it's quite expensive and I never do this, to be fair. Then we have user activity, which is one of the more important ones. Obviously, the more active the user is in terms of they have seen less ads, usually they're more fresh into the database, the more expensive it is to show them the ad, right? Because the intent of click, the intent of conversion is a lot higher. So you have high user activity, click-through rates are high, volumes available are low, the price is above average. Medium is average, 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 and on low, the click-through rate is low, they have a lot of volume available for you to buy, and the price is below average. So I like to test on either high or medium, because I want true data. On low, you have a lot of bot traffic and shit. It's just not worth it to test, in my opinion, on low. Set at recommended rate. I never set a bid at the recommended rate. I always do my own thing. So if I can get the graph back, there it is. Don't include brokers traffic. In page, normal, high. Then it recommends 38 million impressions, right? I would go a little bit lower just where the graph has taken off, right? So it's like 0.01, we might not have that much traction, to 0.16. There is quite the gap. Oh. They have quite the gap there. So I will say perhaps type 9, all right? I want to be ish in the middle of the curve, right? A little bit in the middle. So I guess I'm pretty much in the middle, not on conversions, but more on impressions, right? So this is the slope it goes, and I want to be in the middle just for the initial testing. If it doesn't spend, I up the bid. All right, you can target by cities. the countries, oh well, we didn't even enter a country yet, but let's run in Argentina. Maybe it becomes cheaper or more expensive. Let's wait and see. Right, it becomes quite a bit more cheap. So I would want to be for Argentina probably, because look at the impressions, not that much. I want to be around, oh, they don't even have that many impressions. Let me see, I'll probably be around 600,000, that's probably fine. 0.02, so 0.021. Then I will probably rather be here. 221. A little bit higher. 23. 24. Yeah. 241. It just rounds it to 25. No, let's do 24. It's not that important. It's so cheap. Yes, the traffic. I just like to be OCD about it, right? So countries in bid. Argentina. Cities, you can include exclude cities or states. I don't use that ever. Smart optimization, I like to do my own optimization, especially on push according to my own 3-day rule theory, so I don't use this. The advertising budget, $30 a day. If you can run on $20 a day, but it might exceed if it's below $30, and you might spend 25, 26, 28. If you put in $10 a day, $5 a day, it's all possible, but it will say the 30 might be exceeded, so I like to do 30. And then you run it for 10 days, for example, $300, or you want to run it for 3 days, $90. Platform, mobile or desktop. I would prefer to test on mobile. Let's see if there's enough traffic available for us. Sure, that's still fine, not a problem. You can see, like, I would prefer that they ask this question more at the top, because you have already put the bid and now the trend line is changing again, right? But apparently it's still here. You can include and exclude operating systems, devices, browsers. So you can see you have all these different ones. You have all these different browser languages. And this is basically usually what happens when you have optimized campaigns, when you have a lot of data. You can add stuff here when you already know something is not working. So let's say I exclude well, what would I exclude? Oh, fuck. Browser. All right, because yeah, we're running. I would want to exclude Android 4.0, because sometimes it has quite a bit of bot traffic, so it has been excluded. You can do other things with it, whatever you want, right? A lot of settings. I wouldn't touch it as a beginner. If it's your first campaign, you need data, and don't make assumptions to just exclude things, because the reach will go down quite quickly. Okay, collect audience for retargeting. Collect users who clicked on ads of this campaign. Collect engaged users who were interested in your landing page. Click users who complete the conversion. Obviously, you need the different pixels available. Well, this one they will track themselves, but here on your lander you need a pixel, right? And here you need a complete conversion. If you only do a testing campaign, I wouldn't bother with the retargeting. If you run, let's say, more than 5,000 clicks a day, perhaps then it would be definitely beneficial. The postback for the conversions I already have set up for the upsells as well, but it's not generally something I tend to use this feature a lot. You can do a campaign schedule, so you can either day part the campaign by using this thingy. You can block off. Well, it doesn't work that well apparently. You see? The fuck? Well, anyway, usually I just do like this. So you select all the days, the times you don't want to run. Generally, what you have to understand with push, which is very important, is that when the message is sent, it's not when the message is being opened. Somebody texted me just now when I started recording this video. It has been 10 minutes, I still haven't read it, yes? So it might be 10 minutes or it might be 10 hours before the user opens it. So if you say do not send in the middle of the night, then you can assume if you do send in the middle of the night, the user opens the message as soon as they wake up, yes? What happens if you send it at waking up time? Well, when do they wake up? Between 5 and 9 a.m., right? So if you send it at 6 a.m., you might as well send it at 2 a.m. because probably the traffic price cheaper at that point. So you have to take all these things accountable. Therefore, I rarely use the day part feature when promoting push. But you could do a nice, so all working days, only on weekends, all days, no days, right? But let's do business days, right? So here you have all the options, and then you can do start a campaign. This is the rate you're going to pay. CPM, you have to click this little button, and those are all the push settings for PropellerAds if you run affiliate campaigns. This is how I do it. I might went a little bit too slow. I might went a little bit too quick. It depends on your experience level, of course. If you have any questions about the PropellerAds settings, comment them down below. I'll make sure to write you a proper explanation. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.